Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. Back to the requests. We have Chromosomal, am I spelling that right? I think so. Supervirus. You'd think with something so text specific, it'd be the first thing that shows up. There it is. Sometimes you just gotta click this again. By Platypus Plaguer. A new virus has risen, one that affects the chromosomes and brain of humans, allowing it to inflict humans with genetic disorders. Ugh. Genetic disorders are, like, the worst, though, like, for real. Like, okay, so I have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. There's a chance that I'll be able to reverse this. I'm actually going to find out this week if that's true. And that's like a disease you can treat and you can deal with. Genetics? Dude, you got bad genetics, you're just freaking screwed. It's terrible. Anyway, new transmissions, new symptoms, custom symptom combos. You need to get transmission, because otherwise it can become unbalanced. Well, only getting symptoms will cause it. Hopefully you enjoy. Okay, so make sure you get transmissions and don't go super heavy on the symptoms. Got it. I may have gotten some things wrong, but I tried my best. If something is incorrect, let me know. I can fix this. It's kind of a work in progress. Any other feedback, that's fine. My post is going on Popular tab, but I doubt it will happen. Hey, don't sell yourself short. It can happen. This is dedicated to Pravus Gaming. Thank you. I like when people dedicate things to me. It's so nice. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I'm just a guy, but it's really nice, you know? People appreciate that, and I appreciate them. Anyway, we have a virus type. ATP boost. Nope. Wait, I've messed this all up because of a previous playthrough. I will stick with the symptostasis, but we will, of course, pick up our transmissions. Acrocytic achievement file all seems normal. Okay, normal difficulty, CX378. Fine. You are a new virus. Wipe out all humans. Start in Saudi Arabia. Key to victory. All right, we have that. Transmissions. We have pregnancy 1. When born, infants can be infected from their mothers. See, it's not necessarily when they're born as much as the moment of conception when two DNA halves fuse together and you pick up something inferior from your mother. But I get what you mean. So we'll go with pregnancy. We can do pregnancy 2. More likely to spread by pregnancy. All right. Needles. Needles and syringes are able to spread the infection. That's normal. Blood, normal. Water, normal. Air, normal. Okay. So this is an area where I'd love to see a little bit of extra creativity, just because I feel like there's a lot of ways you can increase the infectivity of an autoimmune or a genetic disorder kind of virus. I feel like there's a lot of different ways you can do that. Blood makes perfect sense, right? So through needles and something, you get someone else's blood in there, and that blood infects your bloodstream and creates autoimmune issues, which attacks your genetic stream and, you know, messes that stuff up. Like, that makes sense to me. Pregnancy makes sense. Blood makes sense. Water and air, like, I get it for balance purposes, but maybe not. That said, I don't want to read too much into it because it is a virus type, and viruses do spread by water and air, so you shouldn't be limited to it. But I'd like to see, like, another option up here, because that could be kind of cool. I feel like there's a lot of room for creativity. None of this is wrong, but it would be cool to see more. Cellular infiltration. Pathogen is able to go into cells of an infected individual, allowing it to alter the DNA, RNA, and chromosomes of that person. That is a thing that viruses tend to do, and it's incredibly irritating. Let's pick that up. Down syndrome. Pathogen cause... this is just going to be like all the terrible genetic disorders, because, man, I'm going to feel bad for all the people I'm infected. Down syndrome causes the infected to develop intellectual disabilities and immaturity. Noticeable due to a distinct facial appearance that is common with Down syndrome. Yeah, it is kind of true. I feel like that's actually true of a lot of genetic disorders. Like, there's like certain features that sometimes you kind of can just sort of tell that something is a little off. Down syndrome is one of the more obvious ones. Oh man, seriously, I have a real heartache for people with genetic disease. Like, it's really freaking sad. But anyway, Gerstmann or Gerstmann. I don't know how you say that. Gerstmann? I'm gonna go with Gerstmann. Syndrome. Pathogen causes the infected to have trouble distinguishing things from other things. Sometimes things that are not even similar. Slows the cure research. Seems pretty good. Now, you'd think a lot of this would be even more severe than it is right now, but for balance purposes, I guess you couldn't do that. Jacob disease, or Jakob disease, I don't know. Pathogen puts stress on the frontal lobe, causing the brain to slowly deteriorate, leads to insanity and dementia. That's another thing that's scary. Genetic diseases and brain disorders. Those are the two things that probably scare me more than anything else in life. Third runner-up will be cancer. Cancer terrifies me. Cystic fibrosis. Pathogen causes severe brain degeneration, causing damage to bodily functions controlled by the brain. All right, we're not going to go heavy on the symptoms, though. We have to go for transmissions. Looks like we have our typical cold, heat, and drug resistance, and viral instability, which is probably not a good idea. Well, what do you know? What did I just say that I wanted? New transmissions, and they're here. Pathogenic dormancy. Pathogen intentionally enters a dormant state within the chromosomes of the cells of its hosts. It decreases infectivity, but gradually increases it later on. Curious to see if this actually works. Okay. Self-destruction. Learns to self-destruct genes that may be detected. Significantly decreases severity and infectivity. So if you need to hit the reset button, there's something. Mutation suppression. Pathogen delays rate at which physical changes occur, increasing infectivity and lowers chance of detection. However, mutation chance is significantly reduced. Yeah, that's actually something I kind of want, since I should not have gotten Darwinist in this run. So we're going to pick that one up. All right. From here on out, then, we're going to focus heavily on the transmissions, get myself around for a bit, and with the symptostasis, I don't feel like I have to rely on the mutation chance to carry me to victory. I think we're going to be just fine picking those up for cheap. So let's go for some air transmissions, since we did start off in Saudi Arabia. Work our way probably directly into Air 2. They're already using new sterilization filters? Well, then I absolutely have to work my way up to Air 2. That's a little bit unlucky, but all right, we can make that work. Let's see. 16 points already. That was pretty quick. Boom! All right, so we should be able to infect planes again, yes? Well, dry winds are nice. Where's the pop-up about the planes? You're supposed to tell me I can infect the planes again. All right, let's see. Do I want water or pregnancy? I say we go for more pregnancy because it's new. Almost 75% of all pregnancies will spread infection in newborns. Yikes! Dude! That's terrifying. I feel like that's one of those things that would lead to some, like, great global political movements. And I say great, like, in terms of scale, not in terms of, like, morality. I feel like there would be a huge global movement to, like, utter total birth control before and after conception, trying to, like, stave off genetic disease, you know? I feel like that's the sort of thing that would happen. I wonder if there's going to be a pop-up about that later. But all right, we're going to pick that up. I feel really bad for doing it because babies are incredibly vulnerable and it's not their fault, but I'm going to do it anyway. Why am I pretending that I have a conscience in this game? It's Plague Inc. I kill billions on a regular basis. But the babies, though. I feel bad about the babies. All right, let's go for water. I do. I'm not a complete monster, by the way. All right? Sue me. Sue me for trying to have a little bit of humanity inside of me. My cold, dark heart. Anyway. The boats are getting around, but they're not really going anywhere I need to. There we go. Finally getting into North America. A little bit of a delay. Let's go for water level 2. It does not unlock extreme bioaerosol, which surprises me. We're going to go for needles for the poor and the wealthy countries. Transmission boost in Europe and the USA is going to be nice. Looking pretty solid across the world here now. I'm starting to wonder if... I think we want to go probably for some abilities. Let's go for a couple levels of cold resistance. And we did get cystic fibrosis, which does come with a tiny bit of lethality, but of all the other remaining symptoms that we could have gotten, that's probably one of the least egregious, so we'll stick with that. Drug resistance, of course, will be quite nice for me right now. We have been placed on their watch list. Yeek. Let's go for drug resistance level 2. Getting into Iceland, okay. Need to see something else happening here in Russia, though. Let's go for needles level 2. Now, blood is poor. We already got that. I'm sure at least there's something else nice here, but I don't think I need it. I don't want to reduce my infectivity. I mean, we could, but I feel like having the early game extra infectivity is more important than having a gradual increase later, just because of the way that it naturally snowballs. Thalassemia. Pathogen reduces protein production in specific cells, causing blood to carry less proteins. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the I comes after. Am I wrong? No, wait. Is it? Crap. I before E except after C, but for some reason in my head, it is saying that the I comes after the E in proteins. No, I'm wrong. This is fine. What am I talking about? Can lead to fatal heart disease. Bert-Hogg-Doob syndrome. Never heard of this one. Pathogen causes a rare genetic disorder to occur within the infected. This disorder causes rapid tumor growth and swelling in the lungs. Yeah! Yeah! It's horrifying. All right. I don't feel like I need any other abilities right now. There's nothing I really feel like I want in the transmissions either. I just gotta be careful to manage my severity. But a little extra infectivity is not a bad thing right now. I guess going for Bert-Hogg-Doob syndrome could be okay. But any more than this, and I feel like we're kind of hurting our chances of getting into Greenland. So let's cool our jets and stock up some points for a minute. Could go for a genetic hardening just to kind of buy myself a little bit of extra score. And alright, I'll go ahead and buy one. But I don't want much. Hey, never mind. We got into Greenland a little early. All right, the Caribbean is what I'm missing. I feel like we should have a good chance of getting in there. The USA has been fully infected and no one shut down their ports. There are some places that are just really freaking annoying because ports only go to 1 or 2 places. Like the Caribbean, I think it only goes to the USA and maybe Mexico, but mostly the USA. There we go. All right, we're in there. We got plenty of DNA. Let's go ahead and start wreaking havoc. Alzheimer's disease. All right. Huntington's disease. Total cell death. Wow, that lethality is too high. Multiple sclerosis. The spinal cord and almost all motor neurons. Yeesh. Parkinson's. Yeesh. These are all horrible. All right, let's go for thalassemia. Duchenne? Muscular dystrophy. Muscular weakening, possible paralysis, slow the cure. Hemophilia, prevent blood clotting. Tachycardia can be fatal. Not very much, though. This is actually pretty darn weak. Jakob disease, don't think I need. I think we hold off for a second. I don't want to kill too fast. We only just got into places like the Caribbean. Now, if I had some corpse transmission, that would change things entirely, but I do not. I feel comfortable enough getting another level of genetic hardening. Since it's early enough, we got plenty of DNA to work with. Starting to hit a critical mass in Canada, and we've hit it in the Caribbean, so I think we're good to continue moving on now. We're going to go for cardiomyopathy, a very lethal heart disease, and the muscular dystrophy, which leads to Marfan syndrome. Large amounts of hormone surges to occur in the victim, leading to rapid growth and social awkwardness? That one I've actually never heard of either. There's a lot of these that I haven't heard of. I mean, obviously everyone's heard of Huntington's, Parkinson's, and so on, but still. All right, total cell death, it's time. Multiple sclerosis, tachycardia, Marfan syndrome. That's pretty much it. That is the most I can possibly expect, and that is a frick ton of lethality. All right, now we just invest in the genetic reshuffles to get a little bit of extra score. Should be fine. Ba-boom. Set that back down to 23%. And victory shall be mine. Come on. With that much lethality, I thought that'd go a tiny bit faster. There we go. All right, 2 stars, 52,907 points. It took us 474 days, got to 23% cure progress. This is a good scenario. I mean, it's good. I like it. Again, I feel like there may even be a little bit more room for some innovation with transmissions, but as a virus type, it works completely fine. The symptoms work. I agree that if I went for too many symptoms early on, this would kind of have ruined me. But fortunately, it wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. You know, I kind of figured a lot of the symptoms would have even more severity just because, I mean, something like Down syndrome is incredibly noticeable, right? But still, yeah, this is a solid scenario. I can't really think of anything wrong with it. I think it's good. I'm going to recommend it, absolutely. So thank you for sending that to me, Platypus Plaguer. Also, your name is amazing. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.